Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about an important figure in the fundamentalist modernist controversy. I apologize in advance if I say this name incorrectly. So today I'm going to be talking about J. Gresham Machen and how he was involved in the fundamentalist modernist controversy. It was one of the biggest debates in American churches during the early 1900s. So churches, especially Protestant ones, were split over how to respond to modern science, philosophy, and new ways of interpreting the Bible. Modernists believed Christianity needed to adapt. They questioned things like miracles, the virgin birth, and even the resurrection. Fundamentalists, on the other hand, said those beliefs were essential and non-negotiable. The two sides clashed, especially in seminaries and churches. That's where Machen came in. He was a Presbyterian and professor who strongly believed in the traditional Christian teachings, but he wasn't into the anti-science or emotional side of fundamentalism. In the article, When is a Fundamentalist a Modernist? By historian D.G. Hart, he discusses that Machen wasn't a revivalist. He wasn't rural or anti-intellectual. In fact, he was incredibly well educated. He studied in Europe, taught at Princeton, and published scholarly work. So socially and culturally, he had more in common with the modernists than the fundamentalists. However, at the same time, he absolutely rejected liberal theology. He wrote Christianity and Liberalism, where he said liberalism wasn't just a different style of Christianity, it was an entirely different religion. In 1923, he published Christianity and Liberalism, where he argued that modernist theology wasn't just a different take on Christianity, it was something entirely different. And one thing that really stood out about his work is how fair and thoughtful he was and how he presented things. Even though he had strong convictions, he wasn't trying to pressure people into agreeing with him. In his article in American Presbyterians, Jack Rogers states that right from the beginning, Machen says the goal of the book isn't to settle the debate, but to lay out the issues as clearly as possible so readers can decide for themselves. That kind of honesty and clarity is pretty rare, especially in debates as heated as the ones he was involved in. Machen believed that if you made a good logical argument, reasonable people would be able to see the truth. It shows just how much he valued scholarship, reason, and real dialogue, even when dealing with really deep religious differences. While Machen is often associated with fundamentalists, he stood apart through his combination of strong theological convictions and careful scholarly thinking. He had a major impact on shaping conservative Christianity in the United States, and his legacy continues to influence churches today. Thank you.